Hi, this is Megan and welcome to this week's video. I've titled it Changing My Internal Dialogue. So this was the easiest and most difficult post to write because it's about me. So the vulnerability was quite tangible, but I really wanted to write about why I am so determined to walk along this path, to make my life count for something, to live the life that I want to live, to see myself how God sees me, to have a purpose and a destiny, to have a future according to what He had and has planned for me. Life has ups and downs, and there's no exception for anyone. And of course, I've experienced them, and I think I've done pretty well. I've weathered them all, the good times and the not so great times. But the last 10 years, I've felt that my life was like the movie title, A Series of Unfortunate Events. We've had some fantastic times during the last 10 years, but a highlight reel of some of the not so great times include selling the business that we had for over 10 years, that we paid a lawyer to do the contract. The lawyer stuffed up a clause and we ended up owing the new purchaser money. Taking a big hit in the global financial crisis, and I know we weren't alone there. Moving to the Middle East and promises of work that didn't materialise. So coming back to Australia and having to pay off the debt from the Middle East. Fighting years-long battle to adopt. Buying another business in Australia that we thought once again all the clauses were in place, and unfortunately the seller didn't adhere to one of those and we took another hit. Then we've had to learn to live with our child who suffers from extreme complex trauma, something I knew absolutely nothing about, and we are still working our way through. So you've got confusion, self-loathing, finger pointing, all at me. How could I not see these things coming? How couldn't I have stopped them? Why couldn't I have done something to at least mitigate them? The torment has been horrific. Now, to reiterate, we have had some absolutely fabulous times again. We've met people in the Middle East that make our hearts sing, and I would gladly be back there. The experiences that we've had as a family have been incredible. The travel, the cultures, the schools, the languages, the food that the kids have all been exposed to has been nothing short of amazing. And the people that they are and who they will continue to grow into will be so impacted by the way they understand people, and I am eternally grateful for that. So why is it, if I've listed all these wonderful things, and honestly, I could write pages upon pages of all the fun, brilliant times that we've had, why don't I just sing with joy thinking about those times? Why is it that we focus on all the negatives? But you know, like that saying goes, 99 positive statements, but you'll focus and you'll listen and you will dwell on the one negative one. I've spent more time berating myself, living in self-induced and self-perpetuating blackness, where I just couldn't get myself out of, knowing that I've been living like this but trying to get out have been two separate things. I have felt completely unable to separate these intense feelings from moving on, moving forward in my life. Then to add to this dilemma, I say that I'm a Christian and that I believe in Christ. And if I believe in Christ, how could I be living such a pathetic life? And I was so guilt-ridden that I was insulting the work that God did through Jesus on the cross. How could I say that I believe that He died for me, that He forgives me, that He redeems me, that He brings me into relationship with God, that He is bigger than my circumstances, that He heals me? How can I say all that but still feel like a small, redundant failure? Isn't that completely contradictory to the faith I confess? So there you go, something else to condemn me. So I got to the point where I was so fed up with me. I was tired of the perpetual misery, exhausted by the blackness I'd allowed to just encamp around me and the family. Then I was mortified by the anger, sadness, and resignation that the kids started living with. Well, this is just life. I had demonstrated that to them, and I was wrong, so wrong. Something had to change. So all of this year, well, actually that's a big lie because I felt it for quite some years. I really felt God really wanting to pull me aside and just be. But for someone whose identity is attached to working hard, achieving, and providing, this is an incredibly difficult position to be put in. But with most of my clients being online, I determined to step away from the striving. And in February, I made that difficult but conscious decision to just let go and to be still and hang with God. You know, Psalm 51:10, be still and know that I'm God. So since then, he's led me to listen to numerous people's teachings, to motivational videos, to preaching, and he's led me to various scriptures to read. But the core message through all of them has been change your words and change your life. So I've analysed my internal dialogue, and I've been doing this for some years, but now I'm really doing it with a deliberateness. I don't know if that's a word, but deliberately. And I am a firm believer that you have to address your root causes before you can really move forward fully and completely. So I've been addressing issues of myself, of my worth or lack of worth, my anger, my regrets, my shames, my failures, all those nasty, death, black things that have been lurking in my soul. But then I've also been deliberately and consciously, those words again, declaring how God sees me. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. There is a plan and purpose for my life. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. There is nothing impossible through Christ. I am the head and not the tail. And for me, something so importantly, I have been dreaming again. Because you know, without a vision, the people perish. I know so many people who hurt, people who doubt themselves, people who say and believe the most hideous lies about themselves. People who don't know how to get out of this cycle of misery and self-loathing. Those who don't dare hope, let alone dream anymore. Those who've been hurt so many times that they just give up, that they say, oh well, that's my lot in life. So the point of this post is not to elicit sympathy. It's just to share that if you're feeling worthless, if you're feeling down, then I understand and you're not alone. You don't have to stay that way. You can change your internal dialogue. You can change the way you speak to yourself and the way you see yourself. So I'm writing this post now because I'm a work in progress. My journey is a long way from over. I stumble and the old recordings start playing around in my mind, but now I am so much faster to take that track off and play a new song, to have a new tune to sing to. So this is why I'm exposing myself, which is so against my nature, because I know it isn't easy and I know there are others like me. For whatever their reasons are, they're full of doubt and exhausted with themselves. And if you don't want to walk alone, if you identify with any of that, then please join the Facebook group. It's closed and it's safe. There is absolutely nothing other than journeying together. That's it. So I'd actually finished this post and I saw a couple of posts on Facebook and I just want to read them to you. Graham Cook says, God knows there's a treasure in each of us and he wants to bring it to the surface. Don't let your view of the worthless obscure that which is precious about a person. You're a treasure. You're precious. Don't believe the crap you're saying about yourself. And then Diane Fink via the Elijah List. But the Lord is saying to you, it's a new season. You have legal authority to let go of the places in the past that have held you back and take possession of the position I am giving you this year. Move into and take up residence in your place of victory. It's already yours. It's been bought and paid for with the blood of my Son. Don't let the past determine your future. Get comfortable in your new surroundings. Let expectation arise in your heart once again. Let dreams be rekindled by the breath of my Spirit. So today, sign on the dotted line of the legal document that is already recorded in heaven and receive ownership of your new house. It's yours. It's waiting for you. Welcome home. So on that note, I think that's a word. I'm taking the word for me, and I believe it's a word for other people watching, reading, or listening. Thank you so much. If you like it, please would you subscribe so then we can email you directly and you get all the posts, whether you read, listen, or watch them directly into your inbox. Thank you so much, and I'd just like to say thank you to my companion Louis for sticking this out with me. Have a blessed week. Thank you.